Hello, Jamie from Inky&Scrappy back with Keight's Crafts Halloween coloring book. And of course, I made them into some cards, so double the trouble, right? So I printed them, they're a full sheet, and I just end up printing them 4 sheets to a page. When you like select in your printing options, like the extras, you can print 2 sheets to 1 page, or I do 4 sheets to a page to get these quarter size ones. You can do like 6 or 8 or whatever. So if you want them to be smaller, you could definitely do it that way. I find it's the easiest way to downsize them without actually having to do anything, and so it works very well. I also noticed they fit perfectly with the Trinity stamps in Modern Embossed A2 stack. So you will see this one I'm using a little bit smaller one because I want to cut off that black border. And then for the kitty and the skulls, which this is probably my favorite image, I'm not going to lie. Don't tell Kate it's my favorite, but this is my favorite one. It's the step down from the big one. So the big one cuts 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, and this one is just a little under that one. Framed it in beautifully, so I was not disappointed. So once I had them cut, I came in with my Jelly Roll black pen here, making sure that it was well primed before I started, and this will give those eyes a nice black glossy sheen. And so I did color all of the eyes and the little nose in this one. My coloring on these, I printed them on Xpress It Cardstock, and then used my Ohuhu. I actually took out my brush ones. I don't use my Honolulu B series too often, but I was like, no, you know what? These are going to be perfect because they're a little bit bigger, and so I like that bigger brush to color them in, and so it worked very well for these. I enjoyed coloring. I haven't sat down to just color something like a coloring page for a very long time. So these were definitely fun to color with. So all I'm going to do is kind of add them onto a card base. They really didn't need much. Well, I mean, I added some stuff to them, of course, because I'm extra. But, overall, it's like your coloring page. I love digital coloring books just because I can size them down to fit on a card front. I don't know what to do with my coloring pages when I'm done with them. So if I can print them at a quarter of a sheet, I can make them into cards and then send them that way. So I really like doing it that way. And it's, it's fun. So I'm popping these up on some foam adhesive sheet here. So it helps with if there was any warping from the printing process, because I've run through my Brother laser printer. It kind of gives it that curve. Doing that full back adhesive sheet on the back of them really helps lay them down flat. Of course, I had to come in with some glossy accents. So I glossy accented the cat's eyes. I did not do it on the skulls on that one because, they're supposed to be skulls, right? So dim, not glossy eyes, I guess. That was my theory on it. I don't know if I'm right or wrong on that one. It's all good. I also glossy accented all of the glass pieces on my other image here, and then of course brought in my glitter duster and added glitter to those glossy things. And then I let them dry overnight. Why overnight? Because I had to go milk cows, and life happens. So I came back the next day and finished them off. Kind of picked out some Halloween sayings. I did use the Life of the Party. I think I used some of those stamps from that one. It's a Tim Holtz set, and then the tiny Halloween text from Tim Holtz as well. And then of course for my insides, which I don't share. I share the finish, but I don't actually share the process with it. Yeah, I was winning life right there. I ended up just taking my whole platform to the bathroom and washing it all the way off, because yeah, that powder is not coming off easily. So anyways, I did heat set my sentiments on this one. Probably should have powdered them before I stamped them, but it works. I have cool fingers, so I did that. Anyways, the insides, shiny squirrel syndrome today. Anyways, the insides, I did use some Colorado Craft Company sentiments. I love Colorado Craft Company sentiments. They're gorgeous. That's all I'm going to say. They're pretty. So I think I used one from Witch's Hat and one from, it's one of the Lovely Legs, which is one. Maybe it's the Witch Lovely Legs. I don't remember. Anyways, it was 2 of those for the inside ones. So I'm just going to cut out my sentiments for the front here. I wanted to keep these kind of smaller so they weren't going to cover up the focal image, you know, the big coloring page that I did. I didn't want them to take away from the actual coloring that was done. So I found, you know, that's why I went with the really tiny print on the front here. So I did the little Hocus Pocus one. I'm using an Avery sentiment strip, and then of course the Lawn Fawn one for the other, moving it over to get the width, the length that I wanted. So I'm just going to pop these on to my card fronts here with a little bit of glue. That new glue bottle is working very well for me. It is it's like a needle, I don't know, a needle tip one, so you can get the like little, they're blunt needles, they're not sharp needles, but you can like screw them on and off, and then you don't have to, if it gets plugged, it's not a big deal. You just pop it off and put a new one on. It's great. I came in with some more glitter, so I did bring in some Stardust Stickles for the stars. Just on the background part, I didn't want to do the stars on the hat. I wanted to keep that plain, and then of course some glitter onto the bottom of the ghost there. So I love how these turned out. I loved all of that coloring, and just it was relaxing and fun to just color and not have to think about the rest of the card. So it was all good. So there are my finished ones, and of course the insides that went with them. Go visit Keight's Craft on Ko-Fi. I will link it below with some of her other socials so you can find it, but I know there is a coupon code till the end of September, so go check them out. Keep getting inky. Bye!